Hello all, it's time for our next safeguarding video. I've braved the cold and I've come into the garden, but I am hiding in my little one's treehouse. So let's talk safe touch. Now some of you may have come to our Ask the Expert session in the summer, and at that session some mentors asked, what do we do if our mentee gives us a hug? And we realized that although we had provided some guidance around when it's appropriate to touch to keep yourself and your mentee safe in our use of reasonable force policy, we hadn't provided guidance for if your mentee gave you a hug, or if they were really upset and you wanted to comfort them, or if they were hurt and you needed to administer first aid, or even if you were just showing them a new skill in swimming or in bouldering and you might have to maneuver an arm or a leg to get them in the right position. Therefore, our safe touch policy was born. Now, I'm not going to go into all of the ins and outs of the policy, but it is available on the Mentor Resource Hub for you to have a look at. There's just a couple of things that you should probably keep in the back of your mind. First, not all young people necessarily liked to be touched, so it's always good to check first. Now, the reasons why a young person might not like to be touched is very varied. We have some neurodiverse young people who may have a sensory aversion to being touched. Equally, they might be sensory seeking and therefore like a lot of touch and attention. Also, a young person's history might mean that they are a bit uncomfortable being touched. It's also good just to think about the age and their level of understanding, as well as the location. So, for example, I've had some mentors tell me that their mentee has given them a hug in front of mom at home at the end of a session. And if mom's okay with that, and you're okay with that, and the young person's okay with that, it's absolutely fine. The last thing to keep in mind is that if a hug is not appropriate, that you can always think of a different way to show celebration or affection or comfort to a young person that you guys agree on together, whether that's a high five or a fist pump or some other form of gesture that you come up with. So I hope that's helpful. Have a read of the Safe Touch policy. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to be in touch. I hope you are all well. I hope you stay warm, and I hope to see you soon. Take care.